What I'd like parents and decision makers to understand right now is that vaccine preventable diseases are real, and they do happen to even the healthiest child, young adult, or even adult. In my case, going from a completely healthy teenager to essentially having a 25% chance of survival within a day is an exact example of what that looks like. Know that shared clinical decision-making is not as effective as having these strong recommendations. When we look at the meningococcal vaccine, there are 5 strains of meningitis. There are 2 separate meningococcal vaccines that protect against those 5 strains. And one vaccine shows us that have the shared clinical decision-making that the uptick was significantly less, almost 2/3 less. And so it's important to note that shared clinical decision-making has not had the results that we've hoped for in the past.
Altering the immunization schedule recommendations and causing confusion among parents and among providers is only going to hurt those who we want to protect. It's only going to cause more disease that could have been prevented. It's going to cause outbreaks. It's going to cause hospitals and clinics to be overwhelmed with disease.
What I want policymakers and decision makers to know, here's my message. You are responsible for your constituents. You are making decisions that impact the health of your constituents. Take it seriously. Think strategically, think mindfully about the impacts and the potential impacts that will happen to your constituents if you do not make decisions based on sound, evidence-based information.
The research has shown when you make as a provider, when you make a strong recommendation about a vaccine, that leads to an increased uptake in vaccinations. Changing that to a shared clinical decision-making will leave doubt in parents' minds, wondering why we previously recommended this vaccine and we're not recommending it now. It is, and that doubt will ultimately lead to kids not getting vaccinated and families walking the path that my family walks today. There are 289 other families from last flu season who are in the same path, who walk the same path I do. And that breaks my heart even further, because had those 90% of those children been vaccinated, we wouldn't have seen those numbers. And again, we're in a flu season that's considered severe for the pediatric population now, and more children are dying. And it's just not necessary. We need to get the message out. The message needs to be clear that vaccines are safe, vaccines are effective, and they can keep children from dying.